Hello everyone. I'm a geologist from Malaysia. So I'm here today to share my thoughts on the magnitude 6 Melbourne earthquake that struck today, in fact, on the 22nd of September 2021. So this earthquake's definitely surprised local communities, but it is not a surprise to geologists because these types of earthquakes are expected in this region. I mean, despite Australia being part of a stable plate, uh, there is in certain case where we do experience this type of earthquakes. These earthquakes are called intraplate earthquakes. What do I mean by intraplate is that intraplate earthquake means that it happens within a plate, unlike interplate earthquakes. Interplates are the earthquakes that happens along a plate boundary, an active plate boundary, like Indonesia and Philippines. So frequently they will have earthquakes. So, but in the case of intraplate earthquake, is it surprises people because of its rarity. It's not frequent, so people are in fact not expecting these types of earthquakes. But there is a pattern to such earthquakes. Intraplate earthquakes, depending on the region, have a certain pattern. For example, in Australia, we do believe that it has a pattern of like 10 to 12 years, then we have an earthquake. And another good example of intraplate earthquake is in Malaysia. So, 5 years back in 2015, so we had a magnitude 6 earthquake that struck Sabah and killed at least 18 people, mostly were children. So yeah, this is another example of an intraplate earthquake. So in the case of Sabah, it has a pattern of at least 20 to 25 years, and the pattern in Australia is 10 to 12 years. So there is a different way. So every region has a different seismic or this earthquake cycle. So the cycle is a bit different. But the good thing about having this intraplate earthquakes, especially like what we have seen here, magnitude 6, is that it is good to have these earthquakes because if the earthquake don't happen now, it's going to happen now sooner, and it might even cause more disastrous damages because when you occasionally release this pressure builds up, so it in fact minimizes the destruction if 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 the pressure buildup prolongs, it can even cause more disastrous damages. So in that sense, it is good to have these earthquakes on and off. And yeah, the most important factor in this is the local administrative authorities must work together with geoscientists or the local geologists. They have to work with them to help educate the local communities because the local community need to understand that we do have uh, an earthquake problem, but it's not as frequent as countries like Indonesia or Philippines. But we do have earthquake problem, so people must acknowledge this issue. This is a very important uh, aspect of earthquake education. So this is why we need earthquake education in many part of the countries where we feel that it is stable, but in fact it is not that stable. I mean, there is still an earthquake, so the risk is still there. So yeah, that's pretty much from me. So if you need more information, you can uh, email it to me or WhatsApp me. And that's all from me. Yeah. Thank you.